Thank you for joining me. I'm Nancy Ross Vacca, and I'm looking forward to sharing the overview of TLS with you. For those of you I haven't met before, my background is nursing. I started out in intensive care nursing and went on to some nursing education and eventually ended up working in family therapy. And my initial journey in nursing had me in the intensive care unit, as I mentioned, and I would have patients coming into my unit with cardiac complications or complications to their diabetes. And back when I started in nursing, I was wondering why someone wasn't helping these patients understand how to take care of their lifestyle so it wasn't impacting the medical conditions they had. So it was, and at that time, lifestyle medicine and alternative medicine, health and wellness was not really so popular. So today it's exciting to see that we have that kind of support in health practices as well as the programs that we have offered through our TLS Healthy Lifestyle program. So let me get you started on the presentation here tonight. Okay. So we're talking about TLS, our weight loss solution, which is part of it is our healthy lifestyle program, and it's part of our health and wellness programs and services that we have with Market America. Okay. Centers for Disease Control today, there's prevention statistics available, and more than half the people are overweight or obese. Many people who are overweight may have conditions such as stroke, diabetes, and certain cancers and heart diseases related to their situation. Childhood obesity is also at an all-time high right now. And part of that's related to how families are feeding the members of their family. What goes wrong with, I'm sorry, let me move this screen here so you can see it. What goes wrong with weight loss? Diets don't work. People lose water and muscle, but it's not the fat. It's not what they're trying to lose. It's going to have the health benefits for them. All calories are not created equal. We all know that. And of course, the way food's produced today is really affecting people. There are neurological conditions and calorie depletions. There's hormonal factors that affect weight loss as well as metabolic challenges. Diet programs often put an emphasis on what to eat, but they don't teach people how to eat, how to combine the foods so that they're effective in helping to produce fat loss, not just muscle or water loss. There's a focus on the scale, which only indicates pound loss, and it doesn't indicate the fat loss necessarily unless it's a scale that's designed to do that. And it doesn't, a lot of diet programs don't support hormone and metabolic changes that need to be managed. They don't offer multiple programs so that they're able to be customized and can meet people where their goals are for their weight loss, what their commitment level is, and also what their financial situation is that would allow them to be able to participate in a program. And many diet programs today do not have trained coaches. So why do people want to lose weight? That's where the whole process starts. Do they want to get healthy? Do they want to live longer? Do they want to reduce the risk of disease? Maybe there's a family history for situations. Do they have children? Do they have children, and do they want to have energy to play with those children? Or would they just like to look more fit? So what are the obstacles? Lack of exercise many times, families eating unhealthy, alcohol, long days, food prep, cooking time. What if there was a program that was comprehensive and customizable so that it's backed with science and it's focused on an approach teaching people how to eat healthy so that they can create successful results and that it's already been proven to be effective? So our TLS weight loss solution is the most comprehensive and customizable program available. It's a true lifestyle program. It focuses on not only just fat loss, but also keeping the fat off. And we have 4 components to our TLS program. We teach people low glycemic impact eating. We talk about improved body composition. Now we're talking about the amount of body fat as well as muscle mass. We offer supplementation that's science-based, and we offer an amazing education program. So weight loss isn't magic, it really is science, and these are the 4 components that we use in our program. So low glycemic eating, the impact of low glycemic eating is one of the areas we focus on. And the health benefit is that does promote cardiovascular health. It helps to maintain blood sugar levels, which are really important because elevated blood sugar levels can impact inflammation levels, and that can impact issues with diabetes and heart disease. Low glycemic eating does assist the body to burn fat. That's our goal. Improves energy, and low GI foods are naturally anti-inflammatory, and that was the reference from earlier. So, what is low glycemic impact eating? The diagram is helpful for us to understand that we want to keep ourselves, when we're eating healthy and we want that low glycemic impact, we want to keep ourselves in what you can see on the screen is the blue zone. That's your fat burning zone. And if we're eating according to TLS, we can stay in that zone. It's when we get off the program, we get into high glycemic foods that spike your blood sugar. So that's the red line that goes up with number 4 there. And what happens, we all recognize when we eat foods that aren't healthy, they're high in sugar and heavy in carbs that aren't as healthy for us, we spike our energy initially, but then we bottom out, and people are looking for anything they can get their hands on because they're feeling hungry and tired and burned out. If we stay within the blue line area, we're actually using low glycemic foods. Our blood sugar levels are more stable, so we don't get that spike and that drop that can be really difficult for people trying to function at work. When your energy goes up and down, it leaves you kind of bottomed out. So one of the things about our TLS program is we don't restrict food groups. With our TLS program, you don't see a restriction on the major food groups. We have protein, carbohydrates, and fats included in all of our programs. We're not going to starve ourselves, and we have amazing recipes available on our website, TLS Slim, that helps with creating some really tasty recipes that we can make. Yes, there are carbohydrates in our program. The focus initially is on carbohydrates from vegetables and fruits, and eventually we add some starchier vegetables and some other grain carbs into our programs. What we're looking at is body composition. So we want to transition from a fat storing lifestyle to a fat burning lifestyle. The way we can recognize fat loss is not just getting on the scale, because once again, that's pound loss and it could be water or muscle. The way we can recognize that fat loss is by using a measurement so that we can actually see the inches that are lost that indicate the fat loss. Some people can be what's called a skinny fat person. It means that they may have lost weight from maybe a starvation eating program, but when you look at them, they don't have muscle tone. You can see there isn't the muscle strength there, so they really did lose the muscle in the water. Body composition and exercise. They talk about if you want to see how effective your program is, obviously we want to take you from a higher fat to a lower fat body content, but the way to really see that is in how your clothing fits. And by taking measurements, often it's a measurement at the mid-chest and the waistline. It can be measurements at the fullest part of the hip, in the thigh area, and areas in the arm to really help you see the difference in what's happening with changing your eating. Types of exercise are cardiovascular, so that could be running, using a treadmill, a bike kind of things, weight resistance with weights, and also the stretching is really important for flexibility when we finish our workout. Why TLS supplementation? Why do we have supplements in our program? Well, we have them because people have poor dietary habits. They're on yo-yo diets and they skip meals. Their hormones may be unbalanced because of the way they've been eating. They may be carbohydrate sensitive, so they may have some digestive discomfort, and they can't imagine maybe a day without grains for themselves. Chronic stress and fatigue can cause binge eating for people. Sometimes people need some metabolism support. They need nutrients. They aren't getting the vitamins that they need in their diet. And we want to promote burning of fat. So we want to promote thermogenesis and lipolysis. Our TLS supplementation has a number of supplements. They're all listed here for you. We're going to go over them in detail individually, but we have a core supplement that's a fat and carb inhibitor. We have AXE, which is your adrenal, cortisol, thyroid, and stress support formula. We have conjugated linoleic acid in our tonillin CLA. We have green coffee plus Garcinia cambogia. We have thermochrome with Avantra Z. We have Trim Tea, and now we have Trim Cafe, which has been a wonderful addition to the program. We also have shakes that are nutrition-based, plant-based, and we have just a clean whey protein shake with branched-chain amino acids. We do have a lifestyle questionnaire on the TLS Slim site that helps people understand what they take the questionnaire, the weight loss questionnaire, they'll be able, by answering the questions honestly, some of the supplements that will be beneficial to them will be identified and open up the conversation for you to discuss which supplements might be most supportive or valuable to that particular customer or patient that you're working with. TLS Core is our first supplement we have listed, and that one does assist in weight loss. It assists to inhibit carbohydrate absorption. It doesn't necessarily block it, but it inhibits the absorption of it. It may help to manage hunger, and it supports leptin sensitivity. TLS adrenal cortisol thyroid stress hormone, our AXE supplement, impacts hormones affected by stress. And a lot of people, the reason why they're not able to lose weight is because they have a lot of stress in their life, whether it's with work or maybe extra activities at home, but stress is a real issue for them. Also, not getting enough sleep for some people elevates their stress level. The TLS not only helps to adapt with stress, but it also improves mental clarity. It helps to minimize certain stress-related issues, weight gain, and difficulty with sleep patterns. Our tonillin CLA helps to reduce overall body fat. It really helps to target that stubborn belly fat that people sometimes, that's one of their last areas to kind of remove the fat from. Sometimes it's the initial reason why they're looking for a healthy lifestyle program, because they're getting frustrated with that stubborn kind of tire they have going in the middle. The effects of it are enhanced by exercise, doing this in combination, and it's a component of our program. The TLS green coffee, Garcinia cambogia, is a decaffeinated supplement. It does help facilitate stored fat to be used for energy, and that's what we want to do. We want to burn that fat for energy. So that's promoting healthy weight loss. It also promotes reduction in the BMI, or basal metabolic index. Thermochrome with Avantra Z is a caffeinated supplement. So people who are sensitive to caffeine probably may not find that one to be as helpful, but people who really appreciate their caffeine are glad to add that to their program. It does increase energy. It does promote thermogenesis and lipolysis, which is the burning of the fat. And it can help suppress the appetite a little bit for people who are struggling with their appetite. Our Trim Tea promotes weight loss, and it also helps to maintain normal blood sugar levels. It supports cardiovascular health because it does work to help support a healthy inflammation level in the body. And by doing that, that'll support the cardiovascular health. This particular product is not a pill form, but it's actually a powdered supplement that you can add to hot or cold water. So you drink it as a cup of tea. The additional bonus we've had since our last major training, we had a launch with something called Trim Cafe, which is a similar product. It has the same main ingredient in it that was the clinically researched ingredient that helps to support the inflammation loss and the fat burning. But it's combined with coffee, instead of the tea. We do have some people, I had some customers of my own who really loved the benefits of the trim tea, but they weren't necessarily tea drinkers before they started using it. So they were so excited to get the coffee, and probably tastes like a nice dark roast coffee. So people are using that in place of the coffee they were drinking as a healthier support to their healthy lifestyle program. We also have shakes available with our program, and we have a plant-based protein shake for people who prefer not to use the whey protein. That does have 11 grams of pea and rice protein in it, and that could be used in the healthy lifestyle programs that we have where the nutrition shake is recommended for people. There's 22 vitamins in that plant-based shake and 4.5 grams of fiber. The nutrition shake that comes in chocolate and vanilla with TLS has 19 grams of whey protein in it. It also has 10 grams of fiber and the vitamins and minerals. That particular shake can be used in place of a meal because of the fiber and the protein combination. The TLS whey protein shakes are a healthy shake to use after a workout when you're trying to replenish your muscles. It's got 21 grams of protein. It also has the branched chain amino acids that are so important for the absorption of the protein in the muscles. That whey protein shake is also allowed to be used when we are talking about that shake. Okay, so TLS education teaches you how to eat healthy, not just what foods to eat. As I said before, we don't restrict food. And it really teaches you the combination of exercise as well as the healthy eating programs that we offer for our customers and our patients. So there are 12 weeks of education offered, and I think that's one of the real values we offer in our program. Yes, we have people who are trained as coaches, and they can support our clients and the patients that are using the program, but we have amazing resources at our TLS Slim site, as well as we have the health the health journal that's just been redone. So there's lots of updates in there and great education so that people can actually walk through these different topics that we have listed here, and they can spend some time reading. They can use their journal to make notes on what they've been eating, what supplements they've been using, and how they're feeling. And then there's live videos on that TLS Slim site that provide additional information. And as I said before, we also have great recipes on there that help people see creative, delicious ways they can use the foods that we have listed. So we focus on topics like goal setting and detox, low glycemic impact eating, the ability to read labels and figure out what they're indicating. There's information on improving your metabolism, focus on exercise and body composition, very helpful information on planning and dining out. That tends to be a challenge for people sometimes. We also do nutrition basics, healthy meals, managing stress, helping them to assess their results, and supplements, living with the TLS lifestyle that we have for them. Gluten sensitivity is an issue for a lot of people. Self-confidence, which is actually something I see improving for most of the clients or customers that I've worked with that have worked with the program. There's an interesting increase in self-confidence. I'll share a couple stories at the end. There's information on food addictions and appetite control, as also they talk about helping people remember where they started when they started the program and where they never want to go back to. Opportunity to share their story. There's meal planning and guides for shopping, healthy sweeteners, hormone health and issues with stress, why we use supplements, and how they can incorporate, healthy options with some alcohol, and focusing on sleep, which is so important. Our not getting enough healthy sleep really can impact not only our ability to lose weight, but other areas of health for us. So TLS programs, we offer different programs. What I really like about TLS is that it's customizable to the goals of the customer or the patient, to their commitment level, as well as to their budget. So we can really meet them where they're at to help them have a program that's going to be valuable to them personally. And we also have different programs that they can focus on. They can do a full 12-week program, which is the full comprehensive program, or it can be shortened to 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks. We have our 21-day challenge, and we have the 7-day detox. So we have options for people. Sometimes they'll start with the detox or the 21-day challenge and then extend into one of the other time frames, but eventually it's a commitment to healthy lifestyle eating ongoing. So the first program is our 7-day detox program, which is a great place for people to start to just do a clean reset. I hear a lot of people talking right now about the fact that school started, families who have children, school schedules kind of gotten into place, and all of a sudden it's the end of the summer and we're looking ahead to Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So the holidays are coming and they really want to get themselves back on track before the temptation from those holiday situations really are going to be a challenge for them. So in this particular program, it's just a week for the detox. The recommendations are 8 to 12 cups of vegetables. And sometimes when people look at that, it seems like it's a real challenge. Where am I going to get 8 to 12 cups of vegetables in? But for people who can use spinach in an omelet or in a shake in the morning, you can put 2 or 3 servings, 2 or 3 cups of spinach in your morning meal, which then leaves you with only 5 to 9 servings you need to figure out how you're going to get in a salad or some vegetables in the next couple meals. There are 3 fruits in the 7-day detox. There are only 2 servings of 2 times that you use 3 servings of protein. So that could be it can be recommended to be used at breakfast and then in the evening so that the midday meal is vegetables and fruits. There are 2 servings of healthy fats or oils. That could be avocado, olive oil, coconut oil that can be used. There are no grains, dairy, starches, alcohol, or any junk food in the detox program. And we do recommend that they do 8 cups of water. Because we're trying to detox the body, we want to give it the opportunity to get rid of the toxins. We don't want to add the stress of exercise that has to be accommodated to then. So it's recommended if they're in an exercise program to just take a break for a week till they get through the detox program, and then they'll be able to get back on their exercise. It's part of the next program. And I do let people know that day 2 and day 3 tends to be the biggest challenge when they feel the most tired. If they're detoxing off of caffeine, they might have a headache. But once they get past day 3, they have this surge of energy and they really can't believe how much better they feel. So it's just supporting them to get through those first couple days. The Fat Shredder program is the next step in our options for the Healthy Lifestyle program. And the Detox and Fat Shredder are what we compose our 21-day program with. So this is for people who are extremely committed to achieving some short-term weight loss goals. So we focus on the food guide. There's exercise and activity here. Supplements are involved at this stage also. There were some supplements with the detox. There is a supplement program. I apologize. There's a fiber powder, and there's some support supplements for the liver, and also the healthy aloe laxative tablets that we use. And there is multivitamin and OPC in the detox. So the Fat Shredder can result in 10 pounds of weight loss in this 2-week program. It's our most aggressive, focused program. They do follow a strict meal plan each day. They can have a TLS whey shake that can be used as a protein for one of their meals. They do 6 to 12 servings of vegetables again. They can do 2. They are recommended to do 2 of our nutrition shakes, 1 between breakfast and lunch, and 1 between lunch and dinner. So we're increasing their protein intake during this program. They get 3 to 4 servings of protein. So they're having protein at every meal plus their protein that they're getting from their shakes. Once again, 2 servings of the healthy fats, as well as only 1 serving of fruit. So the vegetables are still high. We cut them back to 1 serving of fruit in the Fat Shredder program. And then the supplements as indicated. If they're using the 21-day program, that program comes with the core. If they have done the weight loss profile and want to add some of the other supplements in, they can add those in also. Rapid Results is the next step after Fat Shredder. Working with my own customers, if they're really having success on Fat Shredder, many of them will choose to stay with Fat Shredder till they get closer to achieving their goal because they've gotten in a routine, they like what they're eating, they're seeing results, they feel good, they have more energy, so they'll stick with Fat Shredder. I do customize in that third week of the 21-day program with all my customers. You may find this helpful. I talk to them about where are you at with the results you're seeing with that second 2 weeks with Fat Shredder. Is this something, based on your goals, is this something you want to stay with, or is there something that you would need to help you stay committed to the program? I sometimes will get comments from people that they really like the results they're getting, but they really need to get dairy back into their diet. They're missing the dairy too much, and if they can't add it back in, it'll be hard to stay with the healthy eating program. I also have people who really miss the nuts and some beef in their diet. So going to rapid results, it slows the weight loss. It's 3 to 5 pounds in Fat Shredder. It drops down to 2 to 3 pounds of weight loss possible in a week, but they are able to add dairy back in. There is some beef a couple times, and they can get some nuts back in. They still do the 6 to 12 servings of vegetables. Now their protein's going to be at 5 to 6 servings because they're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and their 2 shakes between breakfast and lunch and dinner. They're up to 2 servings of fruit instead of just 1 on rapid results. So it also helps people who really miss their fruit. Exercise is recommended at 4 to. They may be adding some additional supplements, and they may have seen some results, but they feel like they'd like to see the fat loss a little bit more accelerated. So maybe the green coffee extract or adding in some of the trim tea or the trim cafe is going to support the goals they have for themselves. The Sure and Steady program has you with, once again, the similar protein intake with the vegetables, but there's 2 servings of dairy instead of 1, and they're having their serving of starches now, so they're adding starchy vegetables, they're adding some grain starches, 1 serving of whole grains to their eating program for the day. Still recommending 3 to 5 times a week to do the exercise. And then our final program is called Continued Commitment. And that one gets people back to a point where they're adding 2 servings of whole grains. It's really more of a maintenance program, but they'll have 2 servings of whole grains. They're up to 3 servings of fruit now, 2 servings of the dairy, and then you can see the vegetable listing and the protein for them. We're still supporting exercise for them every week, and they will continue with the supplements. I know that questions been asked about, do we just use supplements while we're on the program? And then when we're kind of in our continued commitment, is that something we continue? The supplements provide a benefit, whether it's healthy levels of supporting healthy inflammation levels or supporting fat burning in the body. So supplements can be continued. They're not just used for the healthy lifestyle program in certain programs like Fat Shredder, but they can also be continued in general maintenance program. The Trim Tea actually has an eating program. So if you have someone who says, I think I'd really just like to do the Trim Tea or the Trim Cafe, see how that impacts for me. I'm not ready to take on a detox or one of the other programs. We can still give them some eating guidelines. So we still recommend the exercise 3 times a week. They still are recommended to have 5 servings of protein. They've got 6 to 8 servings of vegetables on there, 2 fruits, 2 fats, and they do recommend 1 serving of the dairy. If they can pull away from those grains, they'll get more results faster. So if they can go to the no grains, that will make a difference for them. The TLS 21-day challenge, I had referenced that when we talked about the detox and the fat shredder. That's a great way to do a reset and to help people get into some clean eating habits, and then they can go along and customize where they want to go from there. Let's see, and this just gives you an idea of the challenge. It's 1 week of the detox and 2 weeks of the fat burning or our fat shredder program. So they can lose up to 10 pounds just in that 3-week period, which can encourage people to then stick with the healthy eating because they're getting results. Our TLS program is backed by science. It's very comprehensive, but it's also customizable. And I think that's the key for success for people. It's been my experience with the people that I've worked with. We do focus on fat and inch loss. We teach people how to eat so they can take it with them as a lifestyle. It's not just a diet, and that's why it's not called a diet, because people think you do a diet to lose weight and then you go back to your old eating habits. So this really helps people understand what it takes to stay on track. So if we're working with customers, are they ready, or patients? Do they want to feel and look healthy? Are they ready to lose weight, body fat in inches? Would they like more energy? And are they looking to improve their health? Because that's the real key benefit to what we offer with our TLS Healthy Lifestyle Program. So there is the weight loss profile that can be taken on our TLS site. Customers or patients can enroll in a particular program, select their products, and get started today. One of the things I wanted to share, a couple of things I wanted to share with you as I shared the weight loss program, which I found to be extremely valuable with the customers that I have worked with. I've had a number of people at a workout facility that I worked with, and the trainer and owner of this facility was actually looking for someone to help teach people how to eat healthy, because her appreciation and understanding from the work she did was that the way people were eating, the fuel they were choosing to use, was having more of an impact on their fat loss than the exercise they were doing, that she was helping them to support long, lean muscles and support their muscles. But for some of the clients, they couldn't see the hard work they were doing because of the layer of body fat that was covering up, and the way they were eating, they weren't burning the fat. So we started the TLS program with a group there. And some of the stories that you'll find with your customers, I think, will be things that will really help you as you're talking to people or sharing the value of the program. And I will tell you that pretty consistently, people talk to me after they do the 21-day challenge, and frequent comments are, say I've got a 40-year-old, the 40-year-old will say to me, I had no idea I could feel this good. I thought feeling this good, feeling this really had to do with me being in my 20s or my 30s. I just thought I was getting older, and that's why I wasn't feeling good. I didn't realize that the food choices I was making were affecting my focus at work, and they were affecting my energy level. So it was a real big aha for them. When they see that, it empowers them to continue to make the changes in their lifestyle. They're part of the process. Someone just didn't do something for them, but they were engaged in it and they created the results. And that gets people to stay with the Healthy Eating Program. I had one of my customers had gone to their health practitioner, and the health practitioner came into their appointment and was kind of chuckling and looking at their lab results and looking at the information, saying to the patient, I can't believe this. Your inflammation levels are so much healthier. Your cholesterol levels are so much healthier. Your blood sugar levels so much healthier. And the physician looked up from the information and looked at the patient and said, and oh my goodness, you've lost weight. I know you've been trying so hard to lose weight and you've not found anything that worked. What are you doing? Because you've not only lost weight, but the change is reflected in healthier results in your lab work. So the client actually said to me, I wish you could have been in the room with me. It was so much fun to see my doctor's reaction and their support for what I was doing. The other story I have to share with you was a really moving story. It was a young mom in her late 30s who had worked with our Transitions Lifestyle Program, started out with the 21-day challenge and stayed on Fat Shredder for a while to get the results. And she pulled me aside one day and she said, Nancy, I really have to thank you. She said, you don't realize this, but you gave me my family back. And I said, what do you mean I gave you your family back? She said, well, the way I used to eat, I was very tired all the time. I had trouble focusing at work. And so I have a stressful job. I work in a hospital. I needed to drink 3 cups of coffee in the afternoon just to survive meetings. And what that did is rev me up, but then I crashed by the time I got home. Because my focus wasn't strong at work, I was bringing work home with me. So my family time at home was really focused on surviving the evening. I just needed to get the children fed, get their school things done, get them into bed, and start this whole procedure again the next day. And she said, I constantly felt like my focus was off and I didn't have any energy. And she said, my life is dramatically changed by learning how to eat healthy and the support of the supplements. I'm at work now and I don't need 3 cups of coffee in the afternoon. I can get through the meetings without the coffee. I'm so much more focused that I'm not taking work home at night, and I actually have time to focus and spend time with the children that I wanted, this family that I wanted to have. So we have the ability to empower customers of ours, patients in practice, to support their body to function in a healthy way and hopefully avoid some of the difficulties that can be added by having the elevated blood sugar and the obesity. So I hope that information helps you have a better understanding of TLS and how it might benefit you, benefit your customers you're working with, and also benefit the patients in your practice. And I hope this helps you as you work with all of them to create some of those stories that will really make a difference for other people.